Okay, so I've decided to put together this series of Adelaide day trips videos, pretty much just showcasing what in my opinion is to be some of the best day trips you can get from out here in Adelaide. I mean, I've lived here all my life, 30 years, so I like to think I have a pretty good idea of some decent day trips that you can go on when you're out here, or if you live here. Accompanying me on these trips is my partner Cindy, who will also be my trusty camera lady and taste tester at some of the food stops along the way. Without further ado, let's get into today's video in which we take a day trip out to the Adelaide Hills. And our first stop along the way is Mount Lofty, which is about a 25-minute drive from the CBD. Definitely one thing to keep in mind before coming out to Mount Lofty. Obviously you're higher in altitude, so it's colder. Yeah. So definitely pack something thick and warm. Are you going a bit cold there?
Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit?
Not too bad though. Few flinders.
Hopefully it's not too windy right now and you can hear me okay, but yeah, we're super lucky today. It's not hazy at all, there's no low cloud, so its visibility is quite high, so you can actually see across the other side of St. Vincent's Gulf, which you don't always get the opportunity to see. So it's yeah, we're quite lucky. Beautiful day. But right now we're just currently on one of these walking trails up here in Mount Lofty. This one actually goes down to Cleland Wildlife Park. I think it's about roughly 3.5 to 4 Ks. Obviously we're not going to do the full trail today, we don't really have the time to do it, but there's also another quite a nice trail which I've been on before called the Waterfall Gully trail. That's also about 4 kilometers from the summit. Yeah, I mean, if you have time and you like hiking and walking and whatnot, definitely recommend hitting some of the trails up here. Views are incredible. So unfortunately there's also quite a history with bushfires up here in the Adelaide Hills. And as you can see here from some of these trees around here, yeah, fires have certainly been through here before.
That's for people stand on the top and watching if there's people coming, like army.
I don't know. So we managed to walk about maybe 15 minutes down the track, but we won't be walking any further today because that's not really our main goal. It's certainly nice if you have a bit of time to come up here and go for one of the hikes. I haven't actually been on this Cleland one before, but it's quite nice. But I have been on the Waterfall Gully hike, and yeah, that's beautiful. So if you're up here, either one, I'm sure it's gonna be nice, but Waterfall Gully, I definitely recommend that one. I think the plan for now though is we are gonna head back to the car and eventually make our way over to Hahndorf via, I think we'll go through some of the smaller towns on the way through. I mean, you can take the Southeastern Freeway and make it down there, you know, maybe 20 minutes drive. However, we're gonna go through Aldgate, Stirling, Bridgewater, just some of these small little picturesque towns in the Adelaide Hills. So that's the plan for now. Mount Lofty to Hahndorf is around the 20-minute drive, and taking a detour through Stirling, Aldgate and Bridgewater only adds 5 minutes of driving time. We briefly stopped off in Bridgewater to walk alongside the creek and get a close-up view of the Bridgewater Mill. Not long after, we were back on the road and heading towards Hahndorf. After arriving in Hahndorf, we decided to go for a walk along the main street and check out some of the local shops before going for lunch. But first, here's a little history about the town. 28 kilometres from Adelaide CBD, the town was established in 1839 by German settlers and was named after Dirk Meinertz Hahn, the Danish captain of the Zebra, which was a ship that brought many of these German migrants over to Australia. The German influence is apparent in the town, which is seen in the traditional German architecture in a number of the buildings and cuisine served at some of the restaurants and hotels.
Wood, fire.
All leather.
I got boots.
So you're gonna come to Hahndorf for sausages and bratwurst, or if you like us, you come for steak. Oh yeah. Happy?
Yes.
Another car. Alright, so we just left the old mill and that was absolutely delicious.
Yes.
Most people would probably, if they come to Hahndorf, they'd be having sausages or bratwurst, whatever you want to call it, but where are you going? There you are.
Yeah.
but yeah, Cindy and I, we're quite happy having steaks, and that was an amazing deal. I think it's about $26 each for the 400 gram steaks, and yeah, highly recommend the old mill if you ever come here. After spending a couple hours in Hahndorf, it was time to make tracks and head towards Woodside, as we could visit the famous Melbas Chocolate Factory, but not before dodging some car doors in the process. Yeah mate, just leave your door open.
On a night like this, and a dress like that, how could I wanna be anywhere else?
The drive from Hahndorf to Melbas Chocolate Factory is just under 20 minutes, passing through Balhanna and Oakbank on the way. Someone's excited. Running ahead. It's cool.
Nice
Ice cream time.
Yes.
Probably a good idea to take the mask off. Good timing. So we're just sitting in here and the power went off. They're like a power blackout. As soon as these people walked in, they're like, whoops, what do we do? As part of the video, you have to show how delicious something tastes. Ready? So
It's by the speed. How fast do you eat?
So with every bite, you show the deliciousness with every bite. Okay, we are just outside of the chocolate factory now. Quite an enjoyable time, of course, being inside the old chocolate factory. And we had some ice cream after. And then I think the plan after this is just about head home. I mean, we'll make our way through Waterfall and then take the road called Gully. And that's just like a nice scenic route back through to Adelaide. We also pass through Lenswood, which produce a lot of the apples in the area. And yeah, let's roll. Time to go, man. At this point, being full of chocolate and ice cream, it was time to head back home and sleep it off. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching, and in next week's video we take a trip down to Victor Harbour and Port Elliot. Until then, all the best and take care.